Hey everybody, it's Ken here. It's lantern time. We're doing another video here, and it's late on a Saturday night. As you can probably see Mickey's hands over there. It's almost 9 o'clock at night, and I had a really busy day, and I'm tired. I gotta tell you, I'm tired, but doing this video for you guys because I know you appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys. So we're not going to go this week without a video, but yeah, a few things kind of happened today, and give you an update on first we'll do the update on the lanterns because that's why we're here. Here's the McClarys. Couldn't think of the name actually. I want to call them McCalls. I don't know why I want to call them McCalls all the time. It's McClary, but yeah, so it had this chocolate brown paint on it, and really reminded me of chocolate because it was like a triple coating. As you can still see, there's still some. I'm still working my way on it. But that being said, look at the tin underneath of this paint. Beautiful. I had no idea that this lantern was in such great shape. And the best part, remember, I don't know if you remember in the last video, I said I had a stuck burner. Well, looky there. Burner is no longer stuck. But that being said, it was probably one of the hardest burners I ever had to remove. I don't know why, but for some reason now I usually boast about my 50/50 that I use, which is 50% transmission fluid, if I could say that right, and acetone. Normally pour the stuff in there, swish it around, hold the lantern upside down. I have a garbage can out of frame here, and it works out that I can prop it up nice in there, and you know, I gotta admit, usually within 5 to 15 minutes the burner pops right out. 5 to 15 minutes go by, nothing. Figured give it an hour goes by, nothing. 2 hours go by, nothing. I figured I'd give it overnight, let it sit overnight, nothing. It went on. I said, well, if it's not coming out, it's not coming out. But luckily something gave me an idea. I took a pokey thing, a little like an, I don't have it, but like a nice picky thing like that, and I just put it in the seam where the burner where it meets the seam, and I took my jeweler's hammer ever so slightly, tap 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 tap, no more than about 7 or 8 taps around. Next thing I know, breaks right free, and then yeah, we got it out real easy, and fortunately, no damage to anything, and I was able to clean that up reasonably well. But I'm still working on it. There's still a lot of this chocolate, and I had to go eat a piece of chocolate after I worked on this thing for a while too. It was getting me. It was all I could think about was chocolate. But anyway, yeah, working on it. Ran out of paint stripper. Had to go buy another can. Can you believe that this stuff is $20 a can now? Can't believe. I mean, being all that is a big can, and I did do about three lanterns with the last can, but it's getting to be expensive. I mean, I might have to try. I know people do these e-tank setups to get paint off. I do have about everything I need to do an e-tank. I have a power supply. I have a bin I could use. The only thing I'm going to need is an anode. I don't really have any thing. I need something good to use. I should probably take a walk along the railroad and see if I can find some spiked railroad spikes or tie plates. A tie plate, I imagine, will probably be a good anode. But anyway, a couple new things. Oh, like I said, yeah. If you notice, there's a lock set for my my Pella storm door. Come home the other day from work, and I go to come in the house. The door's locked. Luckily my son and wife were home already. Well, didn't matter if they were home or not. So why'd they lock the door on me? So I'm ringing the doorbell. Next thing you know, my son comes to the door, and I'm like, the door's locked. He opens. Guess what? It's not locked. Something happened with the handle. The thing just wore plumb out. It wasn't traveling far enough to open the door. I don't know what happened. So we had to order another one. That came, got that fixed successfully, and then had a couple generators that I keep for backup for power failure, because I have sump pumps in the basement. Not that it ever rains anymore in New Jersey, but if we do get a big storm, they really and I do have battery backups on them, but I'm paranoid with that, because the way these things run, they run like crazy. I always want to have generators on hand, God forbid, in case, because I do have a finished basement. But so I worked on those today. Changed the oil, changed the gas, got those all serviced, ready to go. And yeah, like I said, busy day, busy. But back to the lanterns. Here's a new addition to the family here. This was purchased by a subscriber of mine, Cal Pilot. Yeah, that's right. Big shout out to Brian. Yeah, he found this at a flea market for me. He texted me. He said, "There's a pretty cool British railroad lantern there if you're interested." And I said, "Yeah, gotta grab that. This thing is cool. It's gonna need a little work, but it's heavy, and I gotta admit, I'm a sucker for these clear lenses. I know I like the colored lenses; they're pretty, but I like to use my lanterns, actually get some light out of them. It's nothing better than a clear lens. And yeah, it's got this really neat burner, Vaporite burner, the reflector on the back, and yeah, it works. Like the wick, nice travel. The only thing is, it's going to need a little work. It's a little tight the way it fits into the base here. It actually doesn't go into the friction channel that it's supposed to go into. It's just kind of riding along the top for now. Probably need to take about a 1/16 inch of this off. File it. What I'm probably going to do is just draw a nice straight line on there with a Sharpie, and then file it nice and straight, or maybe I could Dremel it or something like that. But I'd like to get it to fit into the channels in the bottom, so that it locks in there nice and tight. I mean, it's probably okay to use just as is, and I don't know. We come to the conclusion we don't know how that happened. If maybe it's a replacement burner or something. But be that as it may, it's a really cool piece. It's got the bracket on the back. I guess it hangs onto the rail car or whatnot. I'm not really sure how they were used. I don't really have a lot of information on it, other than it's a really cool lantern. We'll get that fixed up and we'll get that lit. And couple other things here. I got these real cheap, a pair of American Camper lanterns. This is just your typical, Chinese stamped American Camper, but the one cool thing though, this is actually a Dietz Jr. stamped with American Camper on the fount. I don't recall ever seeing one of these. Not that I looked for it, but I happened to see these being sold as a pair, and I picked them both up for $7. So I figured, why not? $3.50, and this has got the old embossed. Where is it? There it is. The Dietz logo. It's a full weight globe with the Dietz, and it's a Hong Kong. It says made in Hong Kong on the bottom, obviously, but it's going to need some work. The burner's kind of rusty, and I don't think the cap comes off either. No, so, but yeah, like I said, I thought that was pretty cool. And I'm not that familiar with. I don't think these are all too common. I know they made them for. I have some Kmart. They were stamped for Kmart, and I think something else. I think one other one. I can't think off the top of my head, but anyway, nonetheless, that's what we have for this week. So big shout out to everybody out there. I want to thank everybody, and yeah, hopefully we'll get these cleaned up real soon for the next time. And I can't wait. I'm really excited to get this McLary's up and running. I think this is really going to be nice. Oh, I did fix the crown. The crown was had a big dent. I fixed that. That was a real easy fix. all I had to do really was kind of, I'll show you a quick way of how I fixed it. Actually just a piece of scrap wood, and I just raised it up, and I kind of just went around and bent it by putting a piece of scrap wood in there. It was really, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than what it was. It looks decent. It's gonna look decent. So yeah, so there you have it. Get the rest of this chocolate off, and get this thing. It had so much on the knob too, even on the inside of the knob. I had to dig all that. That took me almost a half hour just to clean the wick riser knob. But anyway, without further ado, I'll say goodbye to you guys. Everybody stay safe, and we'll see you real soon. Another lantern video. Bye bye for now.